Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another I'm Gonna Pack It video. And today we are going to pack all these orders that you see on the bench. We just got through pulling these on the Shed Flips video, and now we are over here on I'm Gonna Pack It, and we are gonna pack it. Okay, first order, Transformers Armada. Pretty straightforward. It's going to use a 12 by 4 by 10. And I've been using 15 eBay's 15, I think it's 1510 6 box, and I like it so much and I use it so often that this last Zorro order I made, I picked up I didn't find the 1510 6s, but I did find 1610 6s, which that's the same kind of effect there. So I think I'm going to stock that for a while anyway. See how it goes. It's definitely a serious contender to make our permanent box lineup. We've got a few staple sizes: 12, 12, 12, 16, 12, 10, 12, 10, 4, 10, 8, 6, 8, 6, 4, 6, 4, 4. Those are the staple sizes, and then bring in some new sizes from time to time. Oh, also keep 16 cubed on hand too. And with that selection of boxes, I can pack pretty much anything. Okay, that's done. Okay, as a matter of fact, we're going to use one of those 16 12 10s now. We're packing this backpack, and I'm going to use a box for it. We did allow 2 pounds shipping weight on this. Just going to bag it up first. Those clear trash bags we buy are awesome for stuff like this, where it doesn't really need protection per se, but I don't like it. I don't like cloth things touching the sides of a box. It's kind of weird pet peeve of mine. Yeah, 16, 10, 6. One of the reasons we got this is because we have a lot of carded, we have a lot of larger carded action figures that are really tall and somewhat narrow. So that was one of the reasons we went ahead and got this now. But I think there's a good chance we might stock this full time, because it is definitely a different shape. And it means that I don't have to, this is kind of what I was thinking here. I didn't want to totally deform it, but I was okay like folding it in a little bit like that. Yeah, that's perfect. And this box size will save me from having to do quite so many resizes, which I don't mind doing a resize. I really don't. I kind of enjoy it, but sometimes it's nice to just use a box. Here's a case where I'm glad we got these boxes, because this card measures right at 12 inches long, which means if you're trying to put it in a 12-inch box, it's going to be right up against the edge, and that's not good, because if the box gets any kind of impact, then your item's going to get damaged. So for this size card, I like using some of these new boxes. This is the eBay version that I wished I could have gotten at Zorro. 15-10-6. I might even look and see if they have 14, like maybe a 14-10-4. That might be even a better idea. But then that gets real close to 12-10-4, which I already stock. I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick with this, because for this kind of card right here, I do resize it a little bit, which I don't love, but this size box gives me a lot of flexibility. Flexibility is something I value, because we only want to stock so many boxes. Do I even resize this? Nah. I'll just leave it like this. It's shipping 2-pound rate regardless. I could have maybe gotten a little cheaper rate if I would have resized the box down. Probably not though. This was kind of laziness on my part, because I certainly didn't need all this space here. Okay, we got a high value order here for this transformer. So we're going to go high value order packing mode, which means we pack a little extra, and in a spot where we might normally take chance, like it'll probably be good, we try and go a little bit further. Like normally a 90, I don't know, what are the chances? Normally like a 95% probability of it making it intact is probably good. Maybe a little higher than that. But on this one, we want to pack for all but the worst. I don't want any trouble. Okay. I think one important thing I can do always is to just strengthen the box. So I'm gonna grab some scrap pieces we had from past packs. See how I want to use them. I think these are the right length. Let's see. Yeah, those are the right length. I think I'm going to use these two in the bottom. Okay. Let me see how much of this box I want to use. I think I am going to take a little bit off. Let's see. As soon as I find my box resizer, what do I do with it? Is I just using it? That's an odd... Oh, here it is. It's an odd thing to lose. Okay. Yeah, I think this... Yeah. This setting is good. Okay. I haven't used a box knife yet this morning either. Let's see, where is... I have a box knife with a sharper blade on it. That's not it. There, this is it. Yeah, okay. All right, I have another panel. Just kind of planning this out. I have another panel here that I'm going to put on top to strengthen. And then I've got these pieces here that I'm going to strengthen the sides with. And then I think we should be good. And then beyond that, we'll just float the figure in the middle. I'm just building up a little cloud for Prowl to ride on. Guess I could have put my reinforcers in. I'll go ahead and do that now. Have a little bit of extra cardboard. I'll just kind of fold them. Yeah. And that will make a huge difference if it experiences some kind of impact on the sides. And we've already got some bracing. We have a bottom strike. It's kind of scary even thinking about that, but just make sure this guy stays pretty much in the middle. And we have just a little more space up top. Just protect that window a little bit, and then I think I need to take just a little bit off of this. Man, I just changed the blade last week. It's already getting dull on me. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. Okay. Yeah, it feels really rigid, top and bottom. Yeah, everything feels good. I'm happy with that. I am going to buy some extra insurance for this one. Okay, we got a few items on this order. We have an Xbox One controller and 2 cards. A Jordan Poole fancy card and then an AJ Brown patch card. That's actually pretty neat. I like those patch cards. But one thing I found out is I've kind of shied away from buying controllers to some extent, which kind of sucks because you do see them a pretty good bit. But one thing I was very happy to see is I was able to test this controller with my Mac, because it turns out this model of Xbox controller, it's an Xbox One, model number is 1708. It has both, I guess, proprietary and Bluetooth, or maybe it just has Bluetooth. I don't know. But yeah, if you hit that little sync button on there, you can connect it to a PC or a Mac or whatever. Which meant I could fully test it without having to have the console, which is nice. These controllers were in really nice condition. And another thing I like about this model of controller is that it just pop in AA batteries. So super simple to test. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're packing another one of these controllers. Bought, I think this is a good deal. Bought two of these controllers and then 3 games, one of the games I listed for $10. One of the games I donated. No, it might not have been $10. It might have been, we'll just say 10. Keep the math easy. One game I donated, and the other game I listed for $28. So if that math is right, I think one of the games I listed for more than 10. It's gonna bug me now. Let me go look. Okay, no, I was right the first time. It was 10. So I listed one game for 10, one game for 29, and then 2 controllers at 21 each. And I bought all that stuff for $20. I think that was an excellent deal. What's that total up to? 21, let's see, 42 plus 10 is 52, plus 29 is 81. So 20 into a theoretical 81 sounds pretty good to me, especially when we sold half of that already and it's getting shipped out today. Already in the black. Okay, we got a vinyl record going out. We use one of our vinyl mailers for it. Hey, got snuck out of there. Had that happen before. That's why when I tape, I try not to leave any business card size gaps it could escape out of. Alrighty, that's done. Okay, we're packing this stack of transformers, and individually these are not super high value. That's how they ended up in a lot. But of course we do want to pack them well. So I have a 1086 box here. And if we do this, we can see it fits well as long as that flap is like that. So we're going to use 2. And that'll give us, although it'll be a little tight on the sides, we're going to have super strong double wall all the way around to counteract any kind of concern we have with that. This will be a good pack. As soon as I saw this, I was like, that's an interesting size there. Let's do something fun with it. Pulled off a little too much bubble wrap. Okay. I'm going to go back the other way. 3 sheets will probably do it. Okay. And reinforce the bottom of this. I have a couple of odd size scraps over there. Okay, nice. Put just a little bit of paper in the bottom. I'll drop this in here. Okay. Take our other box. We're going directly on top of that. And that's actually far enough right there. And this is going to be nice and super strong on the sides. And we gave good clearance at the top. And then we reinforced the bottom. Okay, I'll let that roll. Okay, this is a little bit of an older book lot that finally sold. Went through a little bit of a time where I still like book lots, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I went through a bit of a time there where I was not exercising quite enough discretion on which book lots I was buying and not buying. They pretty much all sell eventually, with a few exceptions here and there. And the buy price is usually right. Alright, we got this Wyoming I'd Rather Be Fishing hat going out. And a lot of times for hats I will use an 864. This one has a little bit... It all depends on how wide the brim is, whether I can use 864. This one, the brim is like super wide. So I'm gonna use a 10.86. And even with the 10.86, it'll probably it's definitely not going to be more than 12 ounce rate. Usually for me with hats, it's a question of whether it's going to be 8 ounce. It's typically hats that do fit in the 864. Let me see how close I'm going to be. See if I'm close, I'll resize it. I am close. It's .54. Okay. I'm glad I checked, because I don't need all this box. I mostly just needed it for the brim width, but the height of the box was not near as crucial. So we're going to shave. Our mission here is to try and shave 4/10 of an ounce out of this box, which should be pretty easy. I think we can probably get that just from there. I'll trim these about here. Trim this about here. I could get a little more if I wanted to, but I might not need to. No, there we go. Look, .48. So by the time I put this and some packing tape on here, that'll probably get us to .49. And just like that, we probably saved $1. And that's worthwhile. Saved $1 and let me see if I can use enough tape to get it up over 8 ounces again, huh? All right. Look, .50 on the dot. 8 ounces. All right, we got one more, y'all. A small one, but a good one. Little Sony camera. Picked up at a garage sale. I almost didn't even look at it because they had 25 on it. Which, that's really pricey for a little compact camera at a garage sale. But I went ahead and looked it up anyways. And when I did, I was like, okay, this thing's worth over $100. So my first two thoughts were, A, does it work? And B, can I get a little cheaper? And I noticed it had a note on it that said works. So I'm like, well, I wonder if they tested it, if they claim it works. So I took it out of the little Ziploc baggie it was in. And I powered it on, and sure enough, it had a charge. And I was able to test it right there in the garage. And then that took all the risk out of it. And it was late in the day at that point. It was like probably noon or so. Which in garage sale terms, that's pretty late in the day. So I offered 15 and she took it. I was like, yes. And then once I got it listed, I think it made it about, might have made it 12 hours, might have not even been quite that long. Okay, yeah, that feels like a good pack. That is going to be it for another I'm Gonna Pack It video. Thanks a bunch for watching, and we'll see y'all again soon. Bye, y'all.